Microphone check, microphone check. I don't wanna hear any static on that bitch. What's poppin', y'all? My name is Buddha. Welcome back to Fly on the Wall. I don't know what fucking episode it is. I'm not keeping up with this shit anymore. I'm tired of it. It's fucking annoying. I just look down. The title says it. I said this in the last episode. The title says what fucking episode it is. As I was saying, though, we got guests. We bringing on guests every time. These are people that I really highly respect, think are talented in their own rights, and kind of, people that I go to for guidance on certain things. I brought on my boy Louie. He is a producer, a savant of the arts, and I kind of go to him for a lot of guidance on just my art direction, my music, a lot of this shit. He's a genius producer, genius songwriter. Why don't you give yourself the intro? I'm cool. Doing too much right now.
All right, well, I love everything you said. Thank you. It was very complimentary.
Oh, yeah? Throwing it out there?
My name is Louie. I am a beat maker of all kinds, songwriter. Just overall, I'll say just like art and expression enthusiast.
Yup.
I like to apply what I've learned from, making music and it within your community, and I think I'd like to apply that to all things in my life in terms of and with the people in my community, apply that with them, like cooking, photography,
it's all a canvas,
carpentry, it's all, to me it's all this kind of the same thing.
Hell yeah.
Especially if you're doing it with like an artistic or expressionistic intention.
Yeah. Well, it's just like bleeding life into those things, kind of. Like we were talking about it before we started the podcast, like, and we can even talk about this now, like the art almost has to be like flawed to show that it has life in a way. Like, and that's kind of what you're saying, is like you're breathing humanity into that shit. And like, that's what art is breathing humanity into a canvas, or like breathing humanity into like whatever expression, you were kind of like talking about there. But,
people, I feel like people when they, I'm not trying to speak for everyone, but I am speaking for a lot of people out there that when they seek out art, whether it's music or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm talking art. I'm not just talking products. I'm not talking like who's on Billboard or what's
not
the number one
not the
list.
Fucking numbers.
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about
not
numbers.
The numbers.
I'm talking about when you
overrated.
When you when you're in front of something, when you experience something, and you get that feeling of like, fuck, like I relate to this, or I feel something in this. I see myself in this, or I see something that I want to be next to in this.
Mm-hmm.
That feeling, like
it's connection.
Yeah, I like as a fan, as a listener, as a consumer of just, I guess everyday culture. What that turns into. I want to be able to contribute back.
Put back into the pool.
Yeah, in a similar way to where I make someone sort of, feel something, or I give that.
You channel more inspiration almost.
Not just like that, but like I want to be able to. I like the idea of like something that you're doing is creating the vibe.
Yeah, right.
Like let's say you're a chef and you're cooking a certain thing.
Yeah.
That the way you're cooking it, how you're moving, what you're cooking, the smells.
Yeah, the seasonings you're
throwing in. You are the DJ.
Right. Damn, that's dope.
You know what I mean? Like I go to a hibachi.
DJ chef.
You go to a hibachi rrestaurant.
Yeah,
the guy
they're
going,
they are. They really are the DJ. They'll hit you with the personality. The little onion train.
Ooh, yeah. They're basically the guys mixing the shit.
Mm-hmm.
They're fucking putting this song on top of that.
It's a dope way to look at it.
Yeah, that. And I feel the same way goes for a painter. The same way it goes for fucking an ice shaver.
Even
like anything
down to sports, basketball players. It's
athletes,
art. Yeah,
athletes.
It's art.
You can apply it to anything. And that's like the nerve that I always like to be in.
Yeah, is being
in
able
anything.
Everything is art.
Like you can get me into a thing if you can push me into it from the artistic way. Like I never gave a crap about like cooking or like how food was made until I started noticing that like, oh, there is a there's an identity in your food.
It's a personality to it.
There's a past to your food. There's a future to your food.
Yeah, that's dope.
Your technique, your everything, your style, your brand, your genre.
It's you're bleeding yourself into the food. Same thing. Humanity. You're putting humanity into the fucking whatever it is you're putting it into.
And that's not to me say I'm anti-product. I'm definitely pro-product, but I just want more of everything I just said and everything he said. I want more of that in our everyday product.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the consumers are leaning more on the product that has that sort of like, oh, I know what went into this. And I know what went into this is something that I want out of it. It's something
the same thing,
I strongly, passionately identify with in my heart.
Yeah.
And I feel like those end up being the best products, the ones that can make you feel that way, feel that connection to it, and you're like, I don't mind spending the money on this. I don't mind donating the money to this. I don't mind. I want to have.
You
this.
You do what you can to get it, right?
Even if it's fucking shampoo, I want to feel that way about shampoo. I want to feel that way about. I want to feel that way, ideally, almost about everything.
I feel like that's the thing with product, too, is like whatever product you're indulging in or going towards is your personality, for the most part.
Right.
Like, it's like shit that you like, shit that you want to go and do and get and fucking indulge in. So, you get that connection from it.
The part is when the bad part is when you get fooled only to find out that the product that you were told was one thing or another thing. You find out it's bullshit.
It's just ass.
And you're like, oh, this is just repurposed to this.
Yeah,
with a different name.
Right.
And you're like, oh, fuck, I fell for it.
That's like all the sport games that come out every year. It's like Madden. It's the same game, just new players.
Yeah.
So it's like just oh, bro, I fucking spent $80 on the same fucking game.
I just bought Madden 5 times.
Yeah, literally. And that's why I don't buy Madden. I buy Madden like once every 5 years. So that way it gives time for like the build-up of the game. Maybe.
Yeah, and all the copycats that get their shit out.
Yeah, they get it out of the way. But yeah, spinning off into some other shit. So you produce, you write songs.
Yes.
You're heavily involved in music.
Yes.
What are, like, give me like your fucking 3 like biggest influences if you had to give them off and I know it's probably changes for you every day because for me it's different every day but like right now sitting here right now August 20
influences
whatever the
in
fuck
general influences musically
who are your 3 biggest like who do you think drove you to make shit the way you do the most like the 3 give me 3 names
all right
if you can if not just give me one
I guess
because that's a hard question.
I definitely say to make it to where the thing that keeps me still doing it today, I'll say influences would be Madlib.
Yep, Madlib's fire. Fuck yeah.
Kanye West.
Yep, we love Yeezy.
An Alchemist. I'd say those are the guys. Those are the things that make me go like that make me keep like. I'm 34 years old, so that gets applied to like, all right, how do you age within music? How do you age keeping this as a passionate hobby that's woven into your identity? Like I can age with that where certain other influences were like, all right, that was a period in my life.
Yeah,
like, this was a period in my life. Still hold it passionately, and I still remember it, but like the thing that like I feel like I could be an old man and still be holding on to the influences of Madlib, Alchemist, and Kanye West.
They age like fine wine.
And I'm talking from like a production point of view.
No, yeah.
Kanye West's recent antics, though are entertaining, is not what I'm talking about.
No, I mean his music. He's learned how to evolve too. I think that's one thing Kanye's done really well is he's been able to bring the old and the new together. And I feel like with you get the dudes like Madlib and Alchemist. They've stayed true to their production styles pretty much the whole fucking time, but they found a really good way at keeping it fresh. Go ahead.
Here's how I feel. Here's how I feel. Okay, when it comes to like what Madlib and like I say, Madlib and an Alchemist versus what Kanye West represents in terms of influence. Madlib and Alchemist represent. I feel like music's past. All of music's past.
Yep.
I grew up around family members that we all grew up around vinyl collections.
Yeah.
We're growing up around decades and decades of music interests and stuff like that, and I've been around all of it. I've been around all the decades.
Oh yeah.
Of people showing me this and that, and the rarities and the underground and the all this stuff that like hard to find. Madlib represents that feeling to me. That feeling, I feel like I'm at my uncle's house. I feel like we're there. It's wall to wall records.
Pure nostalgia.
I feel like I'm getting shown a drum break on a certain album that no one will ever hear. And Madlib, people like Madlib, and there's other producers out there, especially hip hop, but Madlib really shows it in the sense of he's around that same stuff, and I relate to that. Alchemist as well. Kanye represents music's future.
Yep.
Where I feel like I'm hearing things I've never heard before. I feel like I'm listening to a way of making a beat or a song in a way I've never heard before. With sounds and textures that are new. Everything's new. Like if Madlib's Quentin Tarantino, Kanye's Nolan.
I was just gonna say Kanye is totally
and James
Christopher
Cameron.
Nolan.
They
push the game
they're
forward.
Trying to push it. They're trying to invent. They're trying to think like
finding untested waters and making them comfortable. That's
Kanye West is constantly trying to think what's 2077.
Yeah.
What's year 3000.
Yeah. Right.
Like, and it makes me feel like. I feel like I'm getting, jettisoned into the future.
Oh yeah.
Where someone like a Madlib makes me feel like I'm in the cut.
Yeah.
No lighting. I'm listening to my dad's record collection.
Yeah, they give you a flashback to the past.
Yeah,
almost.
I feel like I'm I'm geeking out over old packaging. There's just some sort. Yeah, there's a nostalgia of an older world.
Oh yeah,
woven within the music.
I mean, it's
no matter what beat he's making, it's woven in there.
It's the touches of like Motown samples that they dabble with, and then the fucking
all of it,
all the soul records that they find, and they don't just find like these everyday soul fucking records.
I mean,
like,
they're going all over the world.
There's shit you wouldn't fucking think of. It's like Brazilian fucking funk records,
right?
Or just random shit like that.
And he calls himself, Madlib calls himself, one of his nicknames is the Loop Digger, and the reason he calls himself the Loop Digger because with a lot of times, not all of his beats, but most of his beats, he is finding that piece of a song and he is just looping it.
Yep.
But when he does it, he is showing an appreciation to what he grew up with and what they grew up with.
It's like a medley of his fucking his life,
right?
If you think about it.
To me, if you are a Madlib fan, I feel like if you're a Madlib fan and maybe a Kanye fan or other artists that are like that, you're not just living your lifetime. You're living fucking 40 years before you were born,
right.
And then 100 years after you were born.
Oh yeah.
You get like 1,000-year lifetime of like for example, I'll go through phases where I am living in the fucking 70s.
Yeah.
I am 70s. I'm listening to Junie Morrison. I'm listening to the fucking early 70s funk before like Parliament and Funkadelic, like
right.
all the weird where soul became funk.
Yeah.
That weird bridge.
Met at a halfway point.
Yeah,
right.
Because there was a weird bridge, halfway point where soul artists that were emerging were like, I'm dirtier. I'm funkier.
Yeah, right.
I'm grosser. I'm not fucking the Temptations.
Yeah, this ain't gonna be glorious. This is gonna have.
I'm on coke. And
there's cigarettes burning in the room.
Yeah, there's cigarettes burning in the room.
Smells like alcohol.
A bitch has got her titty out.
Yeah, there's lipstick everywhere.
But
bitches are naked.
Yeah, we're still soul music. Yeah, we're soul musicians, but they're like, but our actions make us want to funky it up, and that's what created George Clinton. That's what created Parliament. That's what created Funkadelic. There's that weird bridge, and I'll go through that phase where I'm like, yeah. That's fucking me. And then I'll go through another phase. Then a month later, I'm going through a phase where it's all fucking late 60s rock. And it's all fucking skinny white boys who are trying to be the Beatles, but they're just fucking it up. So it's like, once again, it's making that, it's a little dirtier. It's a little, like we just took a fucking bunch of drugs. Let's write a song about like a sweet girl, you know, and it just comes off as like they're just fucking innuendos the whole time.
Well, they pretty much are all just fucking innuendos.
Right. Like every song, yeah. If you could go back and just
every song,
literal with every song would just be like, I wanna fuck you, da 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 da. I wanna fuck you.
But it's like casually about a dandelion.
Right. Like, you like a dandelion, the way I blow you.
Yeah, exactly.
And their girls are like, oh, that's sweet. He's an interesting guy. And they're just like, I just wanna fuck you. When are we gonna do that? Da, 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 da.
Hold on.
You know, like get to the fucking point.
Fuck. Well,
that's every country song too. It's just like, you know, I want to fuck you.
Yeah, I mean,
a different accent.
Hey, they're good at keeping it fresh though.
Oh, I mean, keep it wholesome. Yeah.
So let's talk about. So out of those three, Madlib, Alchemist, Kanye, let me pick one of them, and I'm gonna pick Kanye because I fuck with Madlib and Alchemist heavy too, but I probably fuck with Kanye on a similar level too. Out of Kanye's music, all of his songs, he's got so many fucking good songs, different albums, all types of shit. What is your favorite? Maybe not your favorite. What are your three favorite Kanye albums? And give me an order for those.
Okay.
Like I like which like because that could be any of them. I feel like. They're kind of interchangeable for me.
Okay. Well, I guess in terms of my favorite Kanye album, like you said, 3 or 5?
Give me your 3 favorite. Okay, yeah, 3 favorite Kanye. Okay. I know he's got 9, 10.
I guess I'm gonna go from the back. I'm gonna say.
So yeah, start with 3. What's 3?
3 is going to be probably Life of Pablo.
Okay.
Life of Pablo's
right.
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely, as a Kanye fan, I'm definitely 2010 and up.
Oh yeah,
like,
well,
don't get me wrong. I love everything before it. Those are staples.
I think.
But he became a different artist after 2010.
He did. Well, he became beyond hip hop. He was a rapper before. Now he's an artist.
Right.
Like he's really an artist. But yeah, so Life of
3. Life of Pablo's 3. Life of Pablo, and let me tell you why. Life of Pablo was great.
Yeah.
Life of Pablo. Actually, I'm gonna go the other. No, yeah. Life of Pablo. Life of Pablo is great. Life of Pablo is one of the first albums I heard that really made me look like it opened me up to like a hip hop album doesn't have to be one type of hip hop.
No, it can be
a hip hop
so many
album
subgenres.
Can be so much. A hip hop album doesn't even have to be hip hop.
Yeah,
it made it. It's one of those albums that further pushed that idea that if you believe in yourself enough, and if you're confident enough, and you're on your own, on the button when it comes to just multiple genres of music, just be all the genres. Do whatever you want because you're not just selling a genre. You're not just selling a type of music. You're selling you.
You're selling yourself.
You are all kinds of fucking things. And that's what Life of Pablo was.
And Kanye's a complicated fucking dude. So obviously an album, I feel like that album to me embodies the most of like his personality. Cause you get everything on that album.
Well,
it's you get the industrial vibes, you get the trap vibes, you get some glorious fucking gospel kind of shit. You still get the soul sample essence too.
Like the music. Yes, if you're going to just based on the music, I love it. But I constantly apply everything back. Everything becomes back to me. Everything becomes about me.
Yeah.
And I go, there's certain albums I hear and I go, okay, that was good. And then there's certain albums I hear where I go, oh my God, I just thought of a thing I can do. Or I'm like, oh my God, there's a thing I've wanted to do and this guy just did it.
Just shifts the perspective.
He just made it okay for me to not only do it, but expand on it.
Yeah.
To the point where every time I hear a Kanye album, I think I get stuck in like a 3-year fucking like, oh my God, like this is genius production. Why did I not come to this? Why do these people come? You know, there's that feeling. There's that feeling of like, why wasn't we doing this all along? Like shit. So many different weird techniques that he does that are actually easy, simple techniques.
No, yeah,
but he just does it the right way.
Well, he does it, and he does it. He really broadbands it first, kind of. I feel like
he wants there to feel like you're in touch. It's like you're in touch with the production. You're in touch. You're right there in front of. They're in the room, fucking. They're like playing 3 sounds, combining them to make a fucking moment.
Yeah,
and you're kind of right there with it, and he wants that moment to be there on the record.
Right.
He wants that feeling of yeah, this is how we felt. This is what was captured, and this is what we turned it into.
Yeah.
It's not just another fucking, like I guarantee you, no offense to like DaBaby. But I guarantee you, I can listen to it. There's DaBaby albums I haven't even heard that I've heard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've heard them.
100%.
I know it. I know.
DaBaby and Lil Baby. They both
track
kind of
1 to 10 is gonna be just your run of the mill track beats. But your run of the mill track beats, it's gonna be there's gonna be no major surprises. On there.
No, yeah.
It's just kind of like middle of the road. Like we're just the current trap darlings that are fucking track 1 to 10, just your sort of run of the mill, basic. Like if you had to just imagine a trap beat, here's a trap beat.
Oh yeah,
like where Kanye is bending your brain
every time.
He's bending your fucking brain.
He's trying to take everything and then
he's
fucking
making you go what, and then you go, oh wait, what, and then you feel like you're getting like the fucking highest end of where hip hop can be.
Oh yeah, well he's pushing it that literally, pretty much.
And it's funny
nobody else is pushing it to those places that he's pushing it, and that's why it's so like polarizing. Is because when people don't understand something, they either fucking love it or they hate it. And I feel like with Kanye, that's pretty much what you get with a lot of his new shit. You either get people who go nuts over it. I go nuts over everything he's doing. Yeah, and it's just because
I'm a fan. Yeah, at this point, I am a fanboy. I can't say
I am 100%.
But I have so many
I
passionate,
agree.
real reasons to be a fanboy.
Well, I feel like the people who are more art guided appreciate him more because he is truly like, God, I hate doing this to Drake because I do it an awful lot. But Drake to me is like a McDonald's product. Everyone's eating it. They're going to the drive-thru. It's Drake everywhere. Drake at the football games. Drake in the car. Drake everywhere.
There's pieces of that I disagree with, but I do understand what you're talking about.
But I'm just going straight from these are the 2 big dogs in hip-hop. And one of them is, to me, more like a medium-rare steak. And one of them, to me, is more like a Big Mac and fries.
Drake hit like McDonald's did.
Well, Drake
happened to hit, but there are things Drake does that separate him from everything, which makes him like down to the mix engineers. The group of mix engineers that work with him that don't work for anybody else. And you know when it's a Drake mix. You know when it's his people. Like I was talking about this the other day with some people. All right, Her Loss versus what's the one with Future?
What a Time to Be Alive.
What a Time to Be Alive was a Future album with Drake on it, where Her Loss is a Drake album with 21 Savage.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You could tell in the mixes.
Yeah,
the people mixing What a Time to Be Alive.
They were mixing it like Future. Yeah,
they're Future's people. It's
right,
Future.
Right.
It's basically
Diamonds
Future
Dancing,
beats,
all that shit.
Where Her Loss is full board. That is the in-house Drake.
No,
people.
Yeah, it's 40 and whoever the fuck they got.
It's like a line of guys. It first starts with 40,
40
and then it goes to another guy.
40, Boy Wonder.
One of the guys.
All
one of the guys is a dude that they picked up in Jamaica who only was mixing for like the local dance hall artists.
Yeah,
and he had a certain. They have a certain way of doing things out there in Jamaica where they use older equipment. They have a certain chain of command when it comes to how they EQ and compress their shit.
Yeah.
And they got the guy who does that. They picked up a guy and made him part of like the OVO team.
Right.
And like he's one of that chain of command. Like it starts with 40 and then it kind of goes to like
this guy does this guy does
he'll
that.
He'll make your snares do this. He'll make your kicks textured like this. He'll mix your bass like this in a way that's not like any of the others. And Kanye does the same thing with Mike Dean.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He does the same thing where this is
give it to Mike, gives it to somebody else.
But they do that to where it's like this is not like the whole rest of the genre, the whole rest of the industry.
Oh yeah.
You got like all the other rappers. They're all kind of in the same pool of producers.
Yeah.
And then like people like Drake and people like Kanye are kind of like outside of it.
Right.
They got their own fucking people that are kind of all a step
No,
above.
yeah, it's all alley-oops. They're just alley-ooping it to all these just genius, ideal people who fucking... They'll pull out the best in certain areas and fucking plug in their fucking touches everywhere. Anyway...
Do you want me to go to my number 2?
Yeah, I was just going to say, before we get too off topic here...
But now you know, Life of Pablo.
No, yeah, Life of Pablo 3.
All right,
number 2
is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
All right, hell yeah,
and
damn.
This is why. Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy would be 1.
Yeah.
But it's 2 only because of what 1 is. But let me tell you why it's 2.
All right, let's hear it. Yeah, let's hear it.
I remember, like, just who I was before I heard that album.
Yeah,
I remember.
Yeah.
And then I remember who I was right after.
Right.
And it's one of those albums where it
shifted everything.
It changed the whole course of what I ever wanted to do with music. Like, not just that. Like, I remember you have an opinion about what hip hop is.
Yeah.
Like, as a person, you're just like, well, hip hop is this.
Yeah.
And then a certain thing comes along that makes you go,
changes everything.
Wait.
Hip hop can be this too?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait. Like, it felt like I was getting a different box of cigars.
Right. No, 100%.
Of what hip hop was. Like, I remember I was at my parents' house, and it was at a family get together, like all family was coming over.
Yeah.
And I had a cousin who I was very close with.
Yeah.
And he had just gotten My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah.
Only thing I had heard from it was the Runaway at the VMA performance.
Yeah. Yep.
And I remember thinking, like, so ill, so cool.
Yeah.
And I was
I was
already a fan of, like, Graduation. I liked them, but I still listen to those as, like, Kanye West is a rapper, and he makes hip-hop.
Yeah.
And he makes hip-hop.
Yeah.
That's what it just was.
Soul sample.
It was just like, this
Boom
is
bap.
just what hip-hop... I remember when I think it was Graduation was getting ready to come out, and he was doing it was more for press, but they were doing a 50 Cent versus Kanye West.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Curtis versus Massacre.
It was Curtis versus Graduation.
Curtis versus Graduation,
yeah.
And it was like, I remember people talking like, how are you going to be able to tell the difference?
Yeah.
I remember people like, rap versus rap?
They're going to be...
Sounds like crap. Sounds like rap. Sounds like crap at the Seamus.
Two of the same things, huh?
Yeah. So... and I remember kind of not thinking the same thing, but thinking like, one's good. They're both going to be good. They're both going to be great hip hops.
Yeah.
But then My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, I'm sitting in my fucking parents' basement. There's people all around me, right?
Yeah.
And there's like a stereo like in the room.
Right.
And it's like one of my like dad's like tricked out rooms. He's got bamboo fucking wallpaper everywhere.
So it's cool.
Shit.
The vibe.
It's cool. The vibe is cool.
Yeah.
So my cousin, he plays it, and it like this is post the Taylor Swift thing.
Yeah.
So it's like you already feel like Kanye has had to have gone through some sort of transformation just based on the fact like maybe it's like been like it was like 2008. So it's been like 2 years. Mm-hmm. 2 years to like a 19-year-old is like
that's
the whole world's changed.
Yeah, right. That's a generation.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing this album. Everyone else is just kind of like hanging out. It's playing.
Yeah.
And it's like me, my brother, my cousins. We're all around the same age. I'm the only one that's like, I'm not talking. I'm
you're
fixated.
Just indulging in it.
I'm like, because I'm trapped.
Yeah, right.
I'm trapped because it's hip hop, but made at a caliber that I never thought it ever would ever have.
No,
my brain never thought it would go here.
Totally shifted the paradigm.
I was so impressed, and like
completely.
this time, I am making my own music. Most of the music I was making then was like more of like indie techno.
Yeah,
it's like 2009.
Right.
It's like I'm just like, what does GarageBand do? It's just more like fire, like I'm like Owl City, like Owl City 2 or something.
Let me throw an arpeggiator on
there.
But yeah, no,
and Thank Me Later I think was already a thing. Or Drake, or So
when
Far
he dropped
Gone. So Far Gone was definitely.
But then Thank Me Later was that was when the single Find Your Love was being pushed.
So So Far Gone was already a thing, and that was another thing. So far, I'd say Drake's early run was what got me into like making beats.
Yeah,
thinking because I think I saw a thing on Noah 40.
Yeah,
and then like.
I'm like 40. I can do that.
I'm a white friend.
I'm 40. I can do that too.
I'm the white friend of a lot of cool hip guys. Like, like I said, I'm already using music production techniques. So, what happened?
Oh shit, we're gonna have to intermission. We'll be right back. We have met our max on the film.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
I've done this before. We'll be right back with his number one.
My number one. Sorry.
We are back. Man, I gotta get a new fucking camera, bro. This shit just fucking runs out every time I hit 30 minutes plus. So we can fucking talk about this shit all fucking day.
Yeah, I talk way too much.
when I get a new fucking camera, we'll be able to have hour plus podcasts. But for now, we're doing 30 to 45 minutes.
We're low tech right now.
We're low tech, but we're gonna be high tech soon. So let's carry on with what we were just talking about. Okay. So we're talking your top three Kanye albums.
I got through.
Let's recap. Let's recap. Okay. It was 3 was Life of Pablo.
Right.
2 was My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
All right.
And let's see what's number 1. Why is it number 1?
All right. Number 1 would have to be 2013's Yeezus.
Oof.
And Yeezus
Classic.
was an album that it's another one of those albums that kind of like flips you upside down and makes you, when you come back around, you're a different person. I remember when that came out, and it was like that. You put it in the CD player. It was 2013. I'm still listening to CDs. You put it in the CD player, and you're sitting there with your fucking hand on your chin, just like, what the fuck is going on right now?
How did he do this? Even
and then you start thinking like, what are other people hearing when they hear this? Because Yeezus made it to where it was the first time in my life where I heard hip hop as punk music. As a fuck you to
That's real though. That is kind of the start of that era too.
As a system, as a get wild, get weird,
anarchist,
break the rules of your genre, break the rules of your culture, break the rules of your identity, break the rules of your public perception, break the rules, piss them off if you got to.
Oh yeah.
Don't appease the fans, frustrate the fans.
Right.
As a form of art. And
it's like parodying yourself.
Yeah.
Almost.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's literally what Yeezus was.
Like the first listen of Yeezus, I thought he messed up. I thought he like. I'm like,
did he mean to do this?
I'm like, they put the wrong files in the submit folder for the mastering. I'm like, they fucked up.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, all right, I bought the wrong CD.
Right. Who did this?
I'm like, this CD didn't even have a cover in it. Like, I think I got the wrong thing.
Is this Death Grips?
Yeah. Death Grips didn't exist yet.
No, that's true.
Death Grips is a baby of Yeezus.
No, they are. They are.
Mafia is a baby.
Of 100%.
Fuck, you could say some of Playboy Cardi is a fucking
A lot of fucking Utopia is Yeezus Jr. Right. Literally. I mean, it's...
And another thing, a quick thing that I'll say about almost all three is that artists like Kanye, you're not just liking Kanye at the end of the day. If you really like this stuff, you dive deep into it and you discover all the ingredients that made this thing.
What comes through the process.
Like if you dig deep, you'll find out that On Sight was produced by Daft Punk in a like 24-hour music session they had.
That's
where
crazy.
Where they got up and they started making music from morning till fucking midnight. And
that's what they came out with.
And the song, the original version of On Site, came from a jam session that him and Daft Punk had. That was sick. Like that, where the jam session that they edited it down to make On Site was like 20 minutes long. It was a 20-minute song,
right? But then they just cut it down to make it
of a looping beat that morphed and evolved.
All this
they like
different
made
shit.
it. They like made it as they like. There's like. They're adding things within that 20 minutes. Into a live, and they're using it in machines. So it's like, that made me go and listen to Daft Punk. Mm-hmm. Like, I never gave a fuck about Daft Punk.
No, it totally revived.
It made me go like, oh my God, Kanye West is working with Daft Punk?
Yeah,
Kanye West is working with Bon Iver?
Yeah,
again?
Right. Yeah.
Like, Kanye West is working with fucking, like, reggae producers and shit like that. It's like, it makes you... Oh, the sound director for... Jesus was an artist named Arca. Then I discovered.
Is it still recording? Hold on. Oh, it's good.
And then
I thought it was tweaking.
Oh, my bad. And then I discovered Arca, where Arca is now like. I think that it was a dude. I think it's a woman now. But still, the music is fucking fantastic. It's weird. It'll fucking bend your brain.
Oh yeah.
But I would have never discovered all this other shit if it wasn't for Yeezus.
Right.
And every album even after that. That made me dive deeper into like, okay, the producers are who are
orchestrating
or
this
who are
shit.
piecing it together.
Yeah.
And Kanye is just a fucking cowboy.
He's like, you do this.
Woo! He's a cattle rancher, you know.
Right.
But yeah, Yeezus made it to where I could look at hip hop as with a different emotion other than what that hip-hop culture had kind of given us at that time. It's just shit was evolving then. So 2013, and then to 2014, where it's almost as if Yeezus came with a uniform when he dropped Yeezy Season 1.
Yep,
and it said, all right, now I'm world building.
Yeah, right. Now this is what you see when you listen to this shit.
What I'm wearing is what this sounds like, and what this sounds like is what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And everything's that from then on, it felt like artists, especially Kanye, and even artists like myself, that when I release something, no matter what it is, no matter what the original format of it, whether it's music, whatever medium,
right,
it can come with other things.
Oh yeah, it comes. It's almost like you gotta have pairings. This is an example
of
my pairing.
This is an example. Yeah,
New Gardens.
Right, and that pairing, and when you do have these pairings,
it makes sense.
It creates world building.
And world building to me,
and I love it.
I love it. If I had to say my favorite thing, so I watched on Instagram the other day was a video. It was like Russ talking about how like singles are the most important. You can't drop an album without having singles out because you're not gonna have fans without singles. And I disagree with that. Only because I look at it like this. My favorite artists, I love them for the worlds that they build. And you're not going to get a world built off singles.
Right.
You get a world built off projects. You get
listening parties these days.
Everything.
No, that's an example. Like the modern way of like what Travis Scott did and what Kanye West did with listening parties.
Shifted it.
But that's a part of
what
the product.
The album
that's a part of the world building.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm creating you like a staged version of,
so you could be in it.
Here's where your brain goes. My brain, when I listen to Donda, my brain goes
to Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yes,
yeah,
and that room he's in.
Same. Oh yeah.
Fuck it. My brain goes there.
No, each
time.
That's literal, like, and the way he did it too. I mean, it just made you more interested because he was just fucking sleeping at the stadium. He was there doing push-ups on fucking camera.
My brain replays it all. I'm at work. Yes, I have a day job. I'm at work. And I'm blasting Donda, but my brain is, I'm doing those fucking push-ups.
Oh yeah.
I got the fucking...
Yeah, you got the mattress on the floor.
Yeah, I got the mattress on the floor. I got the fucking the spiked everything.
Everything's spiked out.
Yeah.
Fucking big boots.
I'm pointing to the fucking sky of a packed out stadium. You know, it's like...
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's like, that's the energy. That's what it's bringing.
That's what makes shit... That's why I love Kanye so much, is he probably is the best world builder. Like, he's the best at, like... Not only giving you a soundscape, but creating an environment for that soundscape.
But it makes me want to do that though.
Yeah, I mean, same. I'm like, how can I do that? But my
even
way?
On a smaller scale, even if it's a smaller scale, I want to build more rather than just like putting out a fucking shit on SoundCloud or on Spotify. I want to build something more around it.
Yeah, something that comes with it. I want to give
you
wine and cheese.
Right.
Got to get the pairing.
Right. I'm still working on that.
Let's before we start getting into it again too, because we will. Let's do our overrated, underrated series here. I've been doing this with everybody, same shit. You pull a name out the hat. My handwriting's shitty, so if you gotta check with me, double check with me. But just pull out a name, person, thing out of the hat. Call it overrated, underrated. You could call it perfectly rated if you want. But
okay,
let's start this shit.
Let's go. Charlie Puth.
That's the best first one ever.
Oh my God! I don't want to be a mean. I've never been.
It's okay. I don't know if he's gonna hear this.
All right. I want to say. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna say he's underrated.
Ooh.
At least, and this is why.
Right.
I think he's
talented.
I think he's a great pop songwriter. He's one of those guys that can get in the room. He's one of these guys that I envy because I couldn't be them.
Yeah.
Where they get in the room, they know they know the perfect chords to make your day.
Chord progressions.
And they know
tempo.
They know how to sing a sweet little melody that makes you want to I'm going to work and I'm listening to Good Morning America on my Sirius XM radio.
Sirius XM, Charlie Puth radio.
Yeah, it's like the kids can listen to it, grandma can listen to it, mom can listen to it, dad can listen to it.
He does have a wide range.
Gay, straight, trans.
You got it.
Cis. Charlie Puth is for everyone.
He is.
So
except for me.
I'm not listening to Charlie Puth. I'm sorry, Charlie. I'm sorry, Charlie, but I'm not the girl for you. I'm just not the girl for you. But Charlie Puth. I mean,
so you're gonna say underrated Charlie Puth?
He's underrated.
That's fair.
People are saying that.
Here's my thing with it. I'll agree with that too. He's underrated, but I'm not a fan of Charlie Puth.
I'm not a fan of his music. I'm not a fan of his music.
You will not catch me listening.
Are we talking about
his
music, or are we talking about just him as a person?
If we're talking about just him as a person, I guess we'll just talk about him as a person. He is underrated because he is actually incredibly talented. Knows his chords. And he's got that little cute buttery fucking pop voice.
Can you name a Charlie Puth song?
Nope.
Neither can I.
Other than the Wiz Khalifa one.
Right. So I'm just saying I feel like another reason why I feel like Charlie Puth would be underrated is because
maybe he's got some good shit out there that we don't know.
As busy as Charlie Puth is, I don't think he's popular enough to know any actual song. He's out there and people hear his songs, but I don't think anyone's Charlie Puth in it hardcore enough to know that I can't name you a song. I can name you a Sam Smith song, and I don't even like Sam Smith, but I can't name you a Charlie Puth song. So that means he can't be overrated because
that's true. You don't even. That's fair. We'll call it underrated for Charlie Puth. That's fair.
Sorry, Charlie.
It's all right, Charlie. Come on, Chuck.
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Okay, depends on your perspective. Okay,
this is your perspective.
Okay, my perspective.
Your perspective.
My perspective, underrated.
Underrated. There we go.
There's a lot of great history to St. Louis.
Tons.
A lot of old school history that I wish we would hold on to even more and make more of our public identity, rather than just knocking everything down, not taking care of anything, knocking it down, and then just putting ooh, we're gonna put freight container homes. It's like nobody wants that. There's a rich history to St. Louis dating back to the World's Fair. Disneyland was supposed to be built here.
Oh yeah.
So there is still in our foundation as a city, there is still so much stuff to be proud of.
Facts.
It's just
Facts.
I don't feel it's thrown at you in the way of Chicago.
No, it's not. It's not broadband yet.
Yeah, it's not
It's not.
There's
everywhere.
no big epic movies on the story of St. Louis.
Yeah.
I hear more about New York and Chicago and other cities. I know so much about old L.A. now.
Yeah.
But old St. Louis, I feel like it's an unsung hero.
That's true.
An unsung story. The story hasn't been fully told yet. So the world should know.
We'll say St. Louis is underrated?
Underrated.
I agree. 100%. There's just too much. There's rich culture here.
So much.
You know what I think is the most underrated thing
Go to the hill, man.
Hell yeah. And I think the most underrated part about St. Louis is the food. I'll be honest.
Right.
Like, I think there's so much good fucking food
I wish
here.
there was more of it.
I do too.
I wish there was more, like, double down.
Well, I feel like I find out about more spots out of nowhere, like, every random fucking, like, I'm, like, already, like, finding new spots, but then other people are like, yo, you heard of this fucking, like, Jamaican place or whatever? I'm like, fuck no, I haven't, bro. Now I gotta try this shit.
There's some good ones.
There is. There's tons of fucking good food here, man. St. Louis is the shit. Underrated as fuck. Let's see what we got next. Pull that rabbit out the hat.
Sheck Wes.
Sheck Wes.
Fuck. That's a tough one. Honestly, okay, I'm an underdog.
Keep it real. This is
I'm a pro.
No matter what you say.
I feel like Sheck Wes is underrated. I'm not like the biggest Sheck Wes fan, but I feel like he gets misunderstood, and I feel like he was underutilized. I know there was some sort of like scandal and some allegations with him that threw him off his path, but I still feel like he's an energetic performer, and I liked his parts. I feel like he was underutilized on Jack Boys.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I was gonna say on Utopia. Have you heard the version of Fiend with Sheck Wes on it?
I have not. I need to
now. I loved what Cardi did. I would not take away what Cardi did, but what Travis Scott taking Sheck Wes off of that song is criminal. Because it would have been 100% the song of the year if he would have kept Sheck Wes on there. Sheck Wes's verse was fucking fire. After we're done with this, I gotta play that shit so you can hear it.
Yeah. So Sheck Wes.
Gonna go underrated.
Yeah, I feel like he's underrated.
I agree.
I feel like he's more than Mo Bamba, and we just never got to hear it yet. Mm-hmm. And we're still... I
felt like also, what's the album? Mudboy?
Mudboy.
Didn't get the proper promotion. I think that kind of...
I feel like people just wanted more Mo Bamba.
No, that's it. I feel like that's a problem with the populace in general. They hear... The mainstream gets the face value song, and then that's what they expect for everything. And, like, for a dude like Sheck Wes, especially being on Cactus Jack and that roster.
I like that camp that he was a part of that.
Oh, yeah. Don Tolliver, fucking Chase B, fucking Sheck Wes.
I love Chase B.
Yeah, Chase B's dope as fuck. And obviously Travis. Like, anyway, we'll say underrated for Sheck Wesy. He's more than Mo Bamba, bitches.
He's more.
He's fucking more.
He's another one of those, like, where hip-hop can be punk. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Trap punk.
Earl Sweatshirt.
It's another good one. I feel like they're kind of in the same ballpark.
Same ballpark. I'll say he's perfectly rated.
Perfectly rated is valid.
Perfectly rated. Yeah. I don't want him any bigger or any smaller than where he is.
Right where he needs to be.
He's one of those artists that he knew where he fit, and he knew how to, like, just live in that world. He's not trying to be like some sort of like big rap wannabe. He's not hiding from the world and being sad.
Yeah.
He just knows that he likes to be around good energy.
Yep.
And he likes to talk about weird shit.
Yeah, he does.
Rap. Yeah. He's just in the cut. He's himself. I like him. I think he's perfectly rated. I recommend him.
All right. Perfectly rated for Earl Sweatshirt. I fucking completely agree.
Are we doing all of these?
We're going to get through them. We got 3 left after this.
Bacon. That's some American shit for you, right? Perfectly rated. I love bacon.
Perfectly rated.
I can't imagine someone going, bacon's overrated. Who's saying that?
Anyone?
A vegan.
Yeah, some idiot is gonna say overrated.
Don't you know pigs were killed?
It's either perfectly rated or underrated. And I almost say underrated for bacon, because I think bacon gets a bad rap for being pork. But it's like the most cured form of pork.
We'll bless it. We'll kosher it.
Oh, fuck. I mean, I'll eat some baby back pork ribs. I don't give a fuck. But, like, bacon is the perfect complement for a burger. Perfect complement for, like, a club. You get, like, a turkey club. If you put bacon on there, the sandwich gets fucking exponentially better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bacon for breakfast.
Bacon for breakfast. I'd eat bacon
Thick
for
cut,
lunch and dinner.
Crisp cut.
That's just raw protein, too. Right. And fat. That's good for you, man. Like, you don't need all the carbs.
Every once in a while, like, you forget about it. Candied bacon. It's like, woo, I forgot of this.
Throw some brown sugar on it. Throw it in the oven. Fuck yeah.
All right. So it's perfectly rated.
Perfectly rated. Valid. Bacon is definitely peak.
Batman.
Yeah.
I am a big Batman fan. I'm a big comic book fan. This one's a tough one.
This is a tough one because I'd hate to say it, but you could argue he could be overrated.
Okay,
you could make that argument.
Okay, here's the argument.
And I love Batman. I wouldn't say it myself though.
To the rest of the world, objectively speaking, Batman has become overrated.
Yep.
But to me as a fan, he's underrated because it's like as a fan, I want so much more out of what the Batman IP can do in the world. But we're dealing with all the press fatigue of all the different superhero movies.
Oh yeah,
So the world is like, we're ready to move on. Fuck Batman.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, no,
we need more. No,
I can understand other people being like, yeah, over fucking rated. Move on.
I want more animated Batman stuff.
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it if you do it good.
I want more. Anything DC animated is incredible. I watched. Batman's in it, but for a brief period of time. But the Flashpoint.
I was just watching.
I just watched that. It's incredible.
Right. That's a great story.
That's one of the best comic storylines in general.
Fuck yeah.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite Flash storyline. Period. But what they did with that animated movie, that's the best DC animated movie. To me, like by a country mile. Anyway, Batman. Overrated to the world.
Underrated to me as a big fan. I want more.
I feel that. Batman is legit as fuck. I feel like you can't. Batman and Spider-Man are like the two, to me, like the two greatest superheroes, in my opinion. Like
iconic. They're both iconic.
They both have the most tragic stories, I feel like. And they have to fucking, I don't know.
Oh, here's another one where I can't have like one answer. AI,
artificial intelligence.
I mean, I'll say this. Can AI be overrated or Hold on. Okay. Fuck. I'm going to say it's it's underrated because I feel like where you think AI can go, you're not even close. It's like it's 1,000 million times probably more.
That's true. We have no idea what its max potential is.
We're probably like underestimating what could happen.
Yeah, the capabilities
just
of
as like civilized society right now.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the people doing the research. I'm talking about just regular people.
No, yeah.
They're probably like, some people are going to lose some jobs. Maybe Drake, maybe a truck driver, a couple.
Maybe Drake.
Maybe a couple. And they were like, no,
Drake
dude.
and The Weeknd are out of business.
It's going to be everything. You're going to have like fucking, like literally movie studios right now are going like, I know they're striking, but fuck them.
Fuck them. We got their faces.
We got their fucking...
And their
just
voices.
Make digital movies. They don't need to be good. They just need to be... Amazon says we want content. We go, here we go.
We got the free content
Here's
right here.
5 fucking movies we just made. All with Bruce Willis.
Oh, damn. So AI is underrated then, right?
It's underrated. It's scarily.
It's scarily underrated just because of the max potential of what it could be. I feel
it's not. Hey, it's overrated if you're thinking it's going to be fucking Terminator.
No, yeah,
right away.
Yeah,
that is overrated.
Oh yeah, that's overrated. We don't need it. Yeah. We don't need that world.
It's not.
I'm good without Terminator. What's his name? John whatever.
John Connor.
John Connor. I'm good. I'll pass on that. You know how scary that'd be if Arnold Schwarzenegger just walked in your house and turned metal.
Yeah. That's what some people think, though. They think, AI, Terminator tomorrow.
God damn it.
Country music.
Oh,
okay. All right.
My handwriting's ass.
Country music. Okay. As an American boy of some kind.
Hell yeah.
Living in the middle of the... I'm not coastal.
He's a heartland boy.
Yeah, I'm heartland. I'm too heartland. Look at my fucking wraparounds.
Wraparounds. You got the NASCAR hat on.
Yeah, look at me.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Nah, this is...
Born and raised.
Hell yeah.
Born and raised.
I'm sitting next to George Strait, bro.
So, yeah.
George Gay.
I'm having a country music summer, so country music is now in my life underrated, where my whole life it was overrated.
Yeah.
It's now underrated because I've, as a man who gets older in the world, you start having values and you start
appreciating shit.
You start appreciating shit, and that's what country music of all the eras. There's different types of country music out there. There's outlaw country of the 70s.
Oh yeah.
There's and then there's country music in the 90s had an era. There was a certain sound.
Oh yeah.
And then country music of today It's all right. It's a
hit or miss. I feel like it's a
miss.
crapshoot. You either get a really, really good country artist, you get a really bland.
You know what a good backdoor into country is you start listening to
Lainey Wilson.
No, yeah, that. But you start. But here's how it happened. You start. It happens to me every time. I'll start making fun of the song. That's so stupid.
But then it makes you love how stupid it is.
Yo, but then you start hearing it, you start singing it, and you're like, all right, well, you gotta admit, like, to me that's my thing. If a song gets stuck in my head and I want to like hum it to myself,
yeah,
I just call it a good song.
Yeah.
I just fucking keep it simple, and I go, if I want to hear it again, it's good.
Yeah.
So that's just been
true.
And everyone at my work listens to country music.
So yeah, you got it in your ears.
I'm 10 to 10 at work. So,
right.
Yeah. So I'm hearing all kinds of shit.
So country music is underrated then.
Country music, fuck. No, it's perfectly rated.
Perfectly rated?
It's perfectly rated.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say it's underrated. It's perfectly rated, and then sometimes it's fucking overrated.
Yeah, it can be.
I feel like my appreciation...
I feel like country music from a music fan, it is perfectly rated. Country music from country music fans, it's overrated. If that makes sense.
I feel like my appreciation for it is I'm not going to go as far as saying unique, but I'm going to say it's probably different than... your average country music fan.
Like, I'll put it this way. Talking to you about country music, I'm like, all right, I can see that as being, like, perfectly rated. Where at my job, if I'm talking to people about country music, they're like, I want to blow Morgan Wallen's cock, like, all this shit. I'm like, okay. I'm like, it's good, but it's not that good. Like, like there's a balance to it, though. There are some really good shit, and then there's some really average shit.
I think it's a little bit just how you identify with certain experiences in your life, or like we were talking about world building. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of times when I even listen to music, I'm trying to build a world or like a vibe.
Oh,
like a little movie in my head of like where I'm at. That's why a lot of times I now listen to music based on what I'm doing, where I'm at. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm driving down to southern Missouri to go road tripping or to go camping, I kind of get in that vibe of like,
oh yeah,
I want to throw on something.
You want to
get
a little backwoodsy. Yeah.
What does this sound like?
No, I need something that makes me feel like I got a lipper in.
Yeah.
I got a spittoon. I got a tall boy and some fucking like bush and like. I'm wearing overalls. I don't got a shirt on underneath. Yeah. It's just overalls. Like,
you're living it. It's like you're kind of
country people got it.
You're weaving in and out of the art, and that can be applied to anything.
Oh yeah,
not just music too. Even anything. You kind of like. It's just kind of cool to combine the things. It's like country music is the first music I ever heard that makes me. I could eat to this.
Damn, that's real though. Because I feel like that instantly when I hear country music, I just want some ribs or some barbecue.
I eat
a burger.
I can cook and eat the country music.
That is the most American thing you can do is just play some fucking country music and get a burger.
Yeah, country music.
Hit that grill up.
Country music warms my belly. I'm hungry.
That's Star Spangled Awesome.
Yeah. There's barely any genre. Other music that does that. Country music is the first genre that was like,
I feel full. I need pulled pork and coleslaw ASAP.
I need loaded mashed potatoes now. Loaded to the brim.
All right, let's move on to the next thing. We gonna wrap this shit up for y'all, man, because we can talk about country music all day. We probably will after we get off the camera. We're gonna do our top three, not our top three, your top three. So that could be anything. And I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but that could be like, literally like a burger you had this week is in your top three. Some music you made this week is in your top three.
Yeah.
A cool picture you saw is in your top three. The weather, whatever. It could be anything. It could be your top three. So I'm going to ask you, what is your top three right now?
Okay. I'm going to say... We went to the Ozarks for the boys' bachelor party.
Bachelor weekend, baby.
So 3 is going to be the fucking Ozarks, man.
Oh, yeah. Underrated, too, by the way.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
It was beautiful. That's another thing that gets you in touch where you're like, this is in my state.
Yeah.
This is tough.
You forget that shit's in Missouri.
This is tough. This is fucking... This is lit.
Fuck yeah.
This is lit and down home. And
cozy too,
but lit. Cozy and lit at the
cozy
same
and
time.
fucked up at the same time.
Yeah, it's like just not bougie enough to where it's cool and but like nice enough to where you're like,
this is better than my house.
Yeah, it's a good time. Two is, I'm gonna just say, community, music community,
real as fuck.
Collaborators, people that want to say like, let's build something together, let's have something to show. Like we're gonna make things, we're gonna do things, we're gonna build things, we're gonna throw those things on the internet for the globe, but the community where we can really make the art and then share it with each other and show our neighbors, show our families. That's like the biggest thing in the world to me sometimes. That is like my dream. I want to die with that.
Fuck yeah.
And then number one is going to be the music I've been making with a mutual friend of ours named Brent, Housey and High on Instagram.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it's
super talented dude.
I don't know when it's ever going to come out, but I've had one blast of a year making music with them, and I'm super excited for y'all to hear it. So
it's going to be great, man. Brent is one of the best songwriters I know, and his voice is he's a Disney prince. He doesn't know it, but he is.
Yes.
But yeah, that's a great top three. The lake was fun as fuck. I got fucked up.
I can't wait to go. I want to go back.
No, I do too.
So bad.
No, I do too.
Like I've already been planning. I'm like, all right, either soon or next year, I'm doing an Ozark.
Oh yeah, and the thing is too is it's cheap there. It's not like going to fucking Florida or somewhere you got to pay like $400 a night at this fucking place. Like,
and I'll do the cheap version. I'll do like the fucking. Like, I'm not there to do bougie shit.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm going to find, the fucking, hole in the wall
get the
places.
backwoods shit. That's the best, though. I like getting, a good cabin. That's always fun.
Yeah. But I want a cheap cabin.
He wants the shit one.
I want to feel like a local.
We did it again. We ran out again. Oh. God damn. Hey, that's it for today, folks. I'm sorry. I got to keep an eye on this fucking camera. That is Louie. I am Buddha. This is Fly on the Wall. I hope y'all enjoyed today. Tap in for the next episode. We will be back most likely next week. There's music coming. There's art coming. There's podcasts coming. Don't miss out. Bye, bitches.